I know not much has changed out here. We're out at the camper ranch, as you know. And those are the campers that are available for you to choose to have me rebuild. Nice little Scotty 13. Shasta Compacts are really hitting their stride, aren't they? But I guess you probably looked back here, and we've been busy gathering wood for the winter. That's more than we'll ever use in 3 or 4 winters, but there's a story behind that, which got me to thinking, when I want to do something, I try to find an inexpensive way to do it, and I find an efficient way to do it. And for heating my house, when I had it built, I put a little fireplace in it, and this wood does the trick. Let's go around front real quick. There's tomatoes, there's okra, tomatoes. Back there are some different varieties of peppers, more peppers. The cucumbers didn't work out well. And so as we've made a big effort to start a garden. That's how you can save some money. Now, I don't want you to forget about these. I guess they could be considered part of the camper ranch. The old Scotsman is right here waiting for you to purchase it. Maybe you're like, that's a tall dog. Yeah, well, there's a 6 or 15-foot Scotty. Ready and waiting for you, still for sale. That has nothing to do with what I want to talk to you about. I just wanted to show you around a little bit, and you guys remember the Aloha is sitting there, blocked in by my log splitter, which you can tell we've been using. Still available, beautiful camper. But anyway, what I wanted to talk to you about, and you may have just got a glimpse of it. Let me show you. Let's get on with the show. I've been thinking, what has been a common theme, a common thread amongst the people who have been buying campers? And for me, the people that want to buy what I'm selling, is they're asking for more and more off-grid. They want a solar system. They want to be out where they don't have to plug into anything. Well, if you're going to get that far out and not plug into anything, you're going to want to take some water with you. And I think it's always good to have a little fresh water on hand, but what if you didn't have to haul all that water around? What if you're going to get as serious as you tell me you're going to get going off the grid? Well, our friends at Purewell have sent us a portable RO purifier. I thought, it's not a bad idea. And as I looked at what they said it could do, it shows that there's a whole bunch of people just sitting around drinking water out of this thing. And I'm like, is the water gonna flow that fast? Sometimes it doesn't. And it's off grid, there's no electric. But this one does have a chargeable system. So the one thing I wanted to test, besides I'm gonna drink this water if it works, is it says easy to use. Oh, right, okay. Because, there's a few parts here, all right? So it said you can install this self-contained system in less than 1 minute without the use of any tools. That seems, I don't know. Should we test that? It's worth testing because it says it's affordable. It says it's environmentally friendly and durable, which is what we want when we're out boondocking, because that's what we do. 100% safe to drink. It can help you get healthy, mineral-rich, good-tasting water with up to 95% desalinization rate from tap water, well water, stream water, river water, any other fresh water source? Well, let's test that theory, boys. Because I have a bucket that I just plucked out of the garden that Lilette keeps her rainwater in. Same thing as river water, isn't it? Creek water? Mud puddle? I don't know. Hey, they said it. I didn't. We're going to find out. All right, so we're going to go right here to the directions. This is new. You know I don't practice. A couple of things. I did look at this because I didn't think it would be of this quality made. This thing has a little compass on here in case you want to go out hiking. Got a little light on there, but you're not hauling this around as a flashlight, but you could set it right there and shine on whatever it is you're doing at the campsite, right? Nice little handle here. On the inside, if you take the compass off, this is what the RO filter looks like. Okay? So let's put that back in there. Let's put our compass on. All right. Now, they probably mean if you've done this a few times, it takes a minute or less. Now, for me, I'm going to read the instructions. I'm going to put it on, and we're just going to see how fast this goes. Installation notes. We already got the RO filter installed. Now, each one of these different colored lines goes to raw, pure, or dirty. Okay, let's see what it says. So this goes into, this is the float. That is your pre-filter. And so this guy is going to be floating in the good old Oklahoma rainwater. All right. And our tap is on the blue, so that's going to be our pure water. All you do is just push that in. It doesn't come back out unless you depress that inner part and pull it out. Okay. Okay. So the raw water is obviously this white one right here. Or is that dirty water? How do I know? We're going to have to look. All right. So that one is the float goes right here. Right? Wish I could see. Dirty. And the red goes. Is that true? Did I just get that backwards? I did get it backwards. I don't know, boys. There we go. This is raw. This. Hey, I hope you got the timer on this. This is without looking. Now, we're set there. So, where do these go? Where does the red one go? That's the question. We need to know where the other end of the red goes. Dirty water, creek. I don't know. Insert directly into a clean container that can hold water. Insert the reversed end of the blue pipe into the pure port. Insert one end of the red reverse osmosis pipe into the dirty port. We did that. And drain the effluent from the opposite end. Oh, that's just a drain. Okay. I guess you got to get rid of all the bad stuff. But again, that's how it goes. How it goes. We're only at about 2 minutes. Still, even with me not even trying. It comes with this. Really nice. I mean, this is quality. It stands up. I'm telling you. Okay. Let's go. It says it's ready. Let's turn it on. Let's see. You hold this button for 3 seconds. It's firing up. Ah, there it goes. Had to push the button again. So it's on. We're draining over here. We've got dirty rainwater right there. Should we turn this on? Let's start seeing what's going on. Can you hear it? It's buzzing. It's buzzing. What it has to do is it's got to fill the system up. We're going to let it flush the system. It's really starting to pick up steam right now. This might be a little double time as well because There's no sense sitting here watching it fill. Ah, sorry. Look. And there's the dirty. And it is. It's cloudy. Oh, you didn't see that. It's cloudy on that end. It really is. So this is the clean water. That's the dirty water. That's the rainwater. Should I drink it? What did they say? So if you see this, you'll know that it is 100% safe to drink. Here we go. That tastes just like filtered water. It does not taste like a mud puddle. Huh. 100% safe to drink. Purewell portable RO purifier. And it says it'll just keep running like this. And if you didn't want, you just shut it off. No problem. Whoa. All right. Link in the description.